Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's Alondra Marie here on another episode of Out of the Trance. And today I have the one and only Trip G. Wow.
What's popping? What's popping? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
What's your real name?
We starting off like that?
I'm asking for
What?
myself because I was supposed to ask
okay.
you off camera. But
Wow. Well, on camera, Trey.
Trey?
Yeah.
That's cute.
That's not the full name. Nah, my full name is Santray. 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 I've had this whole thing.
Santray.
Santray.
That's
People call me
I've never heard.
Santray. People, all types of stuff. Yeah.
I
But
have
Santray.
never heard that name before in my life.
Good,
Santray.
good.
That's so unique.
Yeah, I'm Santray. My little brother is Santrell, and I got a big cousin named Santorio. Shout out to the fam.
Santorio? Damn, that's hard. I'm going to take notes in case I have a boy. I've never heard these names. Who came up with this? Who in the family line was like...
My cousin, he's 8 years older than me, so he had the San in his name first. But it came from an uncle of ours. His name was Santorio Ramsey, and my aunt named my cousin after him, and then my mom was just like, "We're gonna run with the San." So
that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
I haven't met him before, but it was this chick I know, and she's actually related to somebody with the same name, and that's the only other person in this world I've come across.
Yeah, like I literally never heard it. Trey. Yeah. But Santray? Wait, Santray?
No.
Wait.
Santray. It's a short A vowel sound.
We just started and I'm already fucking it up.
Yeah.
Santray? Santray.
Yeah.
My artist name is my real name, so ain't nothing more to it. You
no
know,
need
real
to ask
basic.
you, huh? Okay.
I mean, I have two last names, but we don't need to say all that in here.
Straight up.
So, Trip, how did you come up with your artist name? What inspired that?
So, man, I couldn't think of a name for a long time. I've been doing this since 14. So at first I couldn't think of a name, and my big cousin just stamped me with Young Trey, and I hated that. Like, it wasn't my thing. So at a point, like, I believe in God. So with me, I just always felt like, even though I'm not a Christian artist, let's make that clear, but I believe in God, and I push the line as far as what I believe and what I do. So I can't recall how it came about, but Trip G is short for Triple G, and it's God, goals, and greatness. And I just kind of like shorten it down.
God, gold, and greatness.
Goals
and greatness. Wow.
Yeah. Also swipe that out for grace as well. You know, I got my little mix-ups and stuff, but that's where Trip G came from. It was Triple G, and those were the acronyms, and I just shortened it to Trip.
So at some point you were actually going around calling yourself Triple G?
No, never.
So you just this is just how you came to Triple G.
Yeah.
Damn, I love that.
Yeah,
that's so special.
Triple
I had no idea.
Wasn't hard to me. I was like, I mean, triple by itself go hard, but not Triple G.
Okay, Trip G alone is dope. Like it was easy to remember. I've seen a lot of artists here already in OKC and gotten to experience a lot of people in the music world here, and like your name was definitely one of the names that got stuck in my head. There's another one. It's like KO.
KO hard in the motherfucker.
What is her artist name? Is KO? Okay, yeah, like that was easy to remember. And then is it Original Flow?
Original Flow, yeah, OG Flow.
OG Flow. So like, there's a few here that got like Neighborhood Barbie. Just very memorable names. Like they're not names that I'm like, I won't remember that after this performance. Like all of y'all is easy to remember. So, but Trip G that's dope. I love how you came up with that. For real. Damn, I should have just did some more brainstorming with my name.
It's not too late.
No, honestly, but so I remember looking it up, and there wasn't like another Alondra Marie, like as an artist on streaming sites at the time. Wow. So I was just like, you search me up, I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna pop up. So that's perfect. But actually, just recently, I saw a girl go by Alondra Marie. She's a new artist. I don't know what kind of music she makes, but her music got embedded into my music, like on TikTok. Yeah. And I was like, who is this?
So that's happened to me. There's a white Trip G on YouTube, you know? So it's like Trip-G instead of just, Trip G. So yeah, you're gonna run into that.
And it got like onto your music?
Never that.
When they released?
I hold my shit down.
Okay.
No. I just typed in and saw, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was kind of hurt. I was like, I wanted to be the only one.
Right.
So I had the special opportunity to be a part of his TripNFriends
Hey.
situation. Is that like events that you host all the time, or like what is the frequency of this thing? Like I didn't even know about it until like we were touring, and then I think you had posted about it on
Yeah,
Instagram or whatever.
yeah.
So what is TripNFriends? Why did you create it?
I started Tripping Friends. This is the 4th year. So 4 years ago, I had started over at Queen Lounge. Have you heard of Queen Lounge? It's dope.
Nope.
It's dope. You gotta check it out. Um, so we had started there. I got brought in by my boy DJ Reaper, and they were just like DJ Reaper and DJ Nav, and they were just looking for some new hype type stuff to do. So right on the spot, it just clicked. I'm like Tripping Friends, and it was like, you want to run it? I'm like, yeah, let's run it. So we started with the Thursdays, and like we just kind of continued that trend. But we have it every month, every first Thursday now at Hubbly Bubbly. Like I said, we started off at Queen Lounge, and then we moved over to Hubbly. But yeah, I started it because when I was coming up here in the city, man, it was difficult getting a show. You really had to be like a part of a clique. You had to be a part of people. And like for me, I just always did shit my way. Like I just stick to myself, do it my way, and that's been the great part of my career, I feel like. But it was just to give artists an opportunity to like actually perform and have it done the right way, and not charge motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just where my heart was at. So I started that, and then from there, just kind of like, boom. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, like it's like a whole thing.
Bigger
Like
than Trip GSO.
Like I was like Tripping Friends, and then like when I did it, you had a really good lineup that day, so it just kind of made me wonder like why hadn't I been out to like watch other times when you had it. So so it seems legit. It seems dope. I was grateful for the opportunity, and it's like you said. Hold on, are you from here, from OKC?
Yeah, I'm from here.
So I've only been here for a year next month.
Ah, yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. And so like opportunities like that mean a lot because it's exactly what you said. Trying to start off in a new city for me is almost like an impossible task. This is the first city that I've moved to as an artist, and it's always the same thing. Like I gotta go to events, network with people, and then hopefully they like me enough to consider me to join their things. And I've been lucky enough, but there's always that like, damn, like when is it gonna happen, or how will it happen? So yeah, I wish I had known about how long has Trippin' Friends been going for?
4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So like I do and I have like my themes too. I have like game night. I have R&B night, and I also have every summer hot girl takeover, and that's just like a lineup full of women that's like going hard and doing their shit.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been a blessing to be able to like to provide the platform. And it's just cool to meet new people. Like I accept everybody. I have people that never seen me before, and hey bro, can I get on the show? Let me put you on the list, and like I hold on to it. So
I love
it's
that.
cool as fuck.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna say it on the camera. Thank you, because I don't know if I got to tell you thank you in person that night. But thank you for letting me participate, and I'm sure all the other artists are thankful as well.
Absolutely.
For you creating that avenue for them, and I hope that the universe rewards you. I believe in good and bad karma.
Yeah. And
I hope that the universe rewards you back with even bigger opportunities because of the doors that you're opening for these people.
Thank you.
Know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now that you told me about Trippin' Friends, what is Trippin' Kids?
Because
I saw you put that on the little forum, and I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Damn, I forgot that I put that there too. So, because of Trippin' Friends, I've been able to branch off into like different ventures. So I have like trippy nights, and that's more like the club vibe. That's more, if I can get into a nightclub, I'll just bring that there. I have like my own drink called Trippy Punch that was made.
What?
It's like a blue drink. Yeah. So
that's hard.
It's just all about branding. Everything I do, I brand it. And Trippin' Kids, I had linked up with Conway. I had linked up with Angel, Dez got Steez, and I brought to him this idea. At first, to me, I'm thinking a like small little thing where get the kids together. It was Easter egg hunt. Get the kids together, bring them to a park, just thinking locally, like my people that I know, that I grew up with type shit. But we ended up blasting it everywhere. I was on Fox. I was on 104.9.
What?
Yes.
That's hard.
I had my daughter on TV with me. That was the highlight. That's the highlight of my whole run.
Like, yeah, your whole trip
everything
brand.
For the last 14 years. That right there was having my daughter as the face and just starting something under her. It was dope. So
That's dope.
we was on the east side of town, and shout out to Miss Priscilla. We got to like actually have the center, and my mom came out and cooked catfish for everybody, and we had like this, you know what I'm saying, big Easter egg hunt for the kids. Man, I think we had like 2,000 or 3,000 Easter eggs donated to us, and
what the heck?
yeah.
What the heck? So how often does this stuff happen?
So
I'm not a kid, but I mean, I'll come be
yeah, I would love for you to be a part for real, for real. I try to get like the artists and the community involved. The first one was 2 years ago. We took a break last year. I was dealing with some personal stuff I needed to really like focus and key in on, but we running it back next year for sure.
Okay,
so
okay. I'll be here. So
yeah, and you got to tap in. I'm gonna do stuff like teacher appreciation. Try to pull up at the schools, my school that I grew up in, and you know, provide donuts or breakfast, and you know, just continue to run the whole trip
and give
kids
to the
brand.
community. I love that you're like applying your artistry and the things that you can do to your community and giving back. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Man, like if there's one thing that I wish I could do would be that, but I've moved so much that and haven't stayed in places long enough to build a community to where I can do that. So if there's one thing that I'm looking forward to doing as an artist and just as a person is to give back to my community. Damn.
That'd be hard. It was new for me. It was new for me because I didn't see myself getting to a point to where I was gonna be able to do that. You know, it was. I'm you know, my music is my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the hippity hop guy. You know, my shit
what does that even mean?
You know, I feel like Oklahoma has like an idea of what the artist of the rapper that they want type.
Okay.
You feel me?
So what does that look like?
A hippity hopper. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that means.
You better be an East Coast lyricist. You know, they really don't want to hear no West Coast vibe. I feel like it's hard. It's hard to really build a brand here if you're not following the rules as far as like when I say hip hop, boom bap type artists. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the expectation for up and coming artists here in Oklahoma.
You're not getting on Fox. It blew my people away to see me on Fox 25, and I talk about poly relationships. I talk about weed. I'm open about like, you know what I'm saying? I love women, you feel me? So like that's just when I'm around. That's who I choose to be around women. I don't really fuck with niggas like that. But just my whole brand in general, you know what I'm saying? Some people look at me as a street artist. So to see me on the news,
it's like
it's
define the odds.
Yeah.
That's hard.
For me, again, that was a part of my lane that I branded. And like the Oklahoma Gazette, I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like the
Nope.
It's like the
I'm still too new here. There's a lot I don't know.
It's pretty much like the Oklahoma newspaper type thing where you get like your local gist of things. But I had like my own little write up, and I'm in there talking about weed and
you had your own
types of
column
stuff.
on that shit.
I'll show you. Yeah.
You need to show me after this.
No cap.
That's hard.
Yeah. So I stand on my brand. I'm not gonna change that for nobody. And now I feel after 14 years, the city is like, oh, that's true. And now I'm like kind of creating that gateway for people to be themselves. Like, be you. Quit trying to be this ideal artist that the pressure of the culture here put on you. Yeah. Shit is lame as fuck.
I had no idea. First of all, I had no idea there was rules for the hip hop artists out here. Like this is new to me.
It's like silent rules. It's like if you don't follow those rules, you're probably not gonna get on certain festivals, certain events. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I'm cracking open is that people behind closed doors are calling these shots. Well, at first I was a little nigga. I couldn't do nothing. Now it's, y'all want to do that? Well, then we going to bring tripping kids over here. Or we going to bring tripping friends over here. My bad. And like, we going to do it our way without nobody feeling like they have to follow some type of... Because nobody haven't done shit. I mean, shout out to my big cousin JB. That's the only person. That's the only motherfucking person. No, I'm not going to say the only. No, that's the only. Yes. That's pushed it to that level. I mean, people got their own accolades and shit, but when you talk about like touring out the country, motherfucking Thunder commercials, all that endorsements, nobody else ain't doing that. So for anyone that hasn't even reached that level, try to tell another artist how to be an artist.
I think that's crazy. I feel like are there rules for R&B out here?
I don't know.
Cause, I don't know. I mean, I'm not from here. Nah, I'm not from here, so I kind of just do what I want with my music, and I don't really worry about what other like
Yeah.
people are doing and try to do it like them, or at least local people. Obviously, I look up to already like big artists and try to learn what they're doing right and what's working for them. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but other than that, I mean, like it's music is subjective. Like I feel like putting rules to it is ridiculous in my opinion as far as like the artistry part of it. I get the logistics and the technicalities and shit like that, but damn.
And there's things that you do have, like, there. Don't get me wrong. I did have to mature in certain situations. During the whole tripping kids thing, I did get to see the other side of this.
The business.
You know what I'm saying? This business.
Yeah.
So for me, I did have a slip up. I did go to a meeting, and me and my brother had smoked, and you know what I'm saying, that wasn't appropriate. And I can admit that and take accountability for that. You feel me? So I did get burnt in that situation, learning and just being in my own mind. But from there, I took full accountability and I fixed the issue, to the best of my ability. I mean, it wasn't a huge detrimental thing, but you meet somebody for the first time, that's their view on you. But like throughout the whole process of tripping kids, oh man, Trip, don't do this. Watch out for this. Be mindful of what you post. This and that. I'm like,
oh my God.
At first, hold on. I am the brand.
Yeah.
So if I get hit, I get hit. If you are like, I'm not gonna say afraid, but if you're like worried about being on my side, if you think I'm gonna present us in a negative way, then you shouldn't be around. But for the most part, I carry myself and my business very well. So
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm knowledgeable of it.
That's good. I think on social media, you've seemed very professional and about your craft, and it has not made me question. It didn't make me hesitant at all about, joining your TripNFriends thing. Because it's the same thing. Obviously, if I'm going to go do something not for somebody, but with somebody, and like they're the face of it, or they're the ones running it, Typically, I try to dig in as much as I can into their stuff and make sure that I'm partaking into activities with somebody that I fuck with. You know what I mean?
Right,
because what I don't want is to be like, oh, Alondra did this with this person and this person did this, so now we don't fuck with her. And it's not about what people think of me, but it's definitely about like, do my values and the things that I value align with the things that they value. And I mean, I didn't even notice that a lot of your album work had the same little logo, the little trip. And the G, like this, I'm like, damn, this man is all about branding for real. Because I've never even thought about that for myself. Like,
I got my own strain, Trip OG.
What?
Yeah.
Where at?
Real life. I got the seeds right now. I just need another batch to be grown. I'm not the best at growing, so I'm just kind of getting that lined up. But I got tons of seeds. I got to like actually pick out the strains and test them out and do the whole process. So it's legitimately my shit.
That's hard.
But everything, I just believe everything is about branding. Every single thing that you do, you should brand that to yourself. So, drinking water, I drink a lot of water. I used to drink out like a little gallon thing while I was on the cusp of it until like shit started happening. But I was gonna get like a whole order of like TripNFriends bottled waters and like just sell them at the shows, which I'm still gonna do.
You should.
But it's like there's a lot of fitness people that I know that would like love to
promote it for you too.
Easy.
Like
easy.
It's like what's it called? Product placement in their TikTok videos or their pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
They'd be like, because I'm like that. If I see local, like what's his name, Jordan with his like Generation Y stuff, like I already loved the brand, everything about the brand, and instantly I bought a shirt for him. Like I didn't even hesitate. So I'm big on supporting people and their clothing lines, their whatever products they're trying to put out. But if I fuck with like the brand, you know what I mean, and the value behind the brand, and if I don't, then and if they take pride in it, like that's what it seems like. That's what I can see from you, that you take a lot of pride in everything that you've done so far.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
absolutely.
album art looks great quality. Your performances, great quality. Your hair is always on point. Let me, like,
thank you.
I was telling my girl, I was like, man, Trip got a different hairstyle every time I see him, and I love that shit. Like, I seen a video you posted not too long ago. It was recently, and it looked like you had, like relaxed curls, or I don't know what it was.
You're talking about the Trip Harmonics while I was performing with the orchestra.
Yes. Yeah.
So, look, Trip Harmonics, that was another one I had to flip out there too. That was hard.
That's hard, Trip Harmonics.
Thank you. So I grew up on like West Coast music.
Yeah.
My influences for sure Snoop Dogg, DJ Quick. I'm not like heavily influenced by Sugar Free, but like just the style. I'm not no pimp or nothing like that. But like you don't. It's a lot of confidence for niggas to get their hair done like that. I get manicures, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
noticed that. I was
all
gonna
of
say
that.
something about it. I respect
like
that a lot.
I stay on point with it. So like, I just believe in it, staying clean. And when I want to try out the hairstyle, and I was a little iffy on it. And when it came out, I'm like,
No, that shit was hard.
What?
That shit was hard, bro.
What?
Me and her, I think we was laying on the bed, and I was like, "What? Look at this!" And you look so good, bro. You look so good.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate
I was telling her that I love it when guys do something outside of the norm, or like quote unquote the norm, because back in the day, I seen a lot of old pictures from old people. I mean, people in the hip hop community that had the same hairstyle. So I think it's just what's mainstream and what's not mainstream, and
right.
toxic masculinity, in my opinion. I hear men that are like, "Oh, I would never get a manicure." Why not?
Yeah. Now don't get me. I would never paint my nails. That's not. You know what I'm saying?
No, but
my
like
lane.
I can
But
tell they look
manicures.
clean.
Thank you.
Like
I don't.
no girl, no woman wants nasty nails
Y'all hear that?
inside her.
Y'all
Do you
hear that?
understand me?
I say that all the time, man. I be trying to put my boys on games. I don't even mess with females who like niggas with dirty nails.
No,
that shit is gross to me. That's not my thing.
Nah,
but
man.
yeah, that was niggas that was giving me backlash, making their little comments and stuff. But to my understanding, the women loved it. So hey,
who are you
if
trying
catch
to
me with that
impress?
hair again, shit. No,
Nah,
it's not for
I
you.
loved it. I loved it.
Thank you.
I've loved every single hairstyle I've seen you in.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Don't make me blush on camera. Come on now.
Hey, why not?
Straight up.
So now that I've learned some things about your branding and your brand as a whole, what are your goals with it, and also your goals as an artist?
Yeah. So yeah, the branding, the goal for that really is to like further my business relationships and like, look for endorsements and like set myself up for a sale, if that makes sense. You
Yes.
feel me? As far as being an artist, I'm just kind of like in locomotion with that. I feel like I don't know. I put so much into my craft as a musician. I've kind of realized that shit is overkill. So like for instance, I can keep making music and keep going and keep dropping albums and this and that, but it's overkill at this point for me. You know what I'm saying? I really need to focus on getting my face out there and my brand in the business. So I'm not too much as of like heavily focused on the artist side. I feel like that's on go. Like it's like a switch, if that makes sense. But the goal really for me is to like grow TripNFriends and get that to a point to where I don't even have to be there and it's still going,
That's
the goal for me. And to like really stamp Trip G so deep into Oklahoma that they can't deny it.
They can't forget about it.
They
either.
can't deny it. Everything, my whole entire legacy, everything that I've done. Like you can't deny anything that Trip G has done.
I love
And
that.
another thing too, I don't have no smut on my name in the city. You feel me?
No what?
Smut. Like
What does that mean?
like
I
no
don't-
shit on my name.
Okay,
like,
thank you for the terminology.
I do good with people and I'm very straightforward. Like if somebody don't like me, they're gonna know why they don't like me because I don't play those type of games.
Yeah.
And then if you don't like me and I don't know about it, you're a hater. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. You
Nah.
could dislike me for different reasons. But the biggest thing is that I don't have that type of like energy around my name. So I just feel like it's gonna be easy for me to solidify everything I'm doing here and keep it pushing.
Yeah. So are you trying to expand outside of OKC?
Oh yeah.
With your brand? Like how
definitely.
big are you looking?
West Coast for sure. I want to take my stuff all the way to West Coast. So like Oklahoma there's not really too much they can do for me here, I feel like, as an artist. Not really they can do for a lot of people. We don't have like any like who's pushing the line? Who can you talk to directly that can get in touch with an A&R or a label?
Right.
A lot of people talk that shit, but
is it?
you know what I'm saying? So at this point, you really have to like move out of state and travel. My biggest thing is pushing Trip G out of Oklahoma, but keeping the brand, somewhat here as far as like TripNFriends and shit like that. So I'm not really tripping on getting TripNFriends out to like Cali now. It's in Dallas. You know,
It's in Dallas.
it's
Oh yeah,
in
you have
Dallas.
been going to Dallas.
Right,
Yep,
right.
I
So
did
I
see
got it
that.
in Dallas now, but um, Trip G, I'm focused on here, or I'm sorry, TripNFriends and shit, I'm focused on here. Trip G, I'm focused on pushing out. So that's the goal.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So as an artist, what are your big goals? Like aside from pushing it to West Coast, like where do you see yourself? I don't know, in the next like 5-10 years as an artist.
I definitely see myself signed to like an independent deal. I'm not too sure where. It's kind of like wherever pays the best money, has the best contract. I'm big into that, and I'm fine with, like, I'm so fine with my life right now. Not content.
Man.
I'm just blessed, so I'm not in no rush to go sign like no stupid ass deal or nothing. So whenever the opportunity presents itself, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years, that's where I see myself. Like, just ducked off, getting my bread, currency level status.
I love that. I love that. It's crazy that where your mindset is at with your music and your artistry is almost exactly where mine is at. My folk, like you said, the overkill part. I feel like that's why I kind of had to like slow down a little bit and not burn myself out. Because at the end of the day, the little fan base I do have, it's there, and they're loyal. Every time I come out with something, they're loyal, and I feel like I need to focus more on the quality side instead of the quantity.
Yup.
And I get so caught up with social media, and I see other people like releasing. So then I'm like, fuck, I'm not releasing. And I've gone. There was between projects there. I've had projects that I've had 2-year gaps in between, and then when I would come back, it would be more people and more people and more people.
Absolutely.
So I feel like if the music speaks for itself and your artistry and your brand speaks for itself, like you will go where you're supposed to be. And then you said, oh my God, my brain. What did you say about the deal?
Yeah.
The independent deal. So I think if I were to ever sign a deal, it would have to be big and heavy on the partnership aspect of it. Like,
man, partners.
Like, you're because I live a very comfortable life. I'm not missing nothing. I don't make music to pay the bills. Like, everything else is taken care of. So I make this music because I love it, and I always say that. So like, if I do want a deal, obviously deals help you with exposure and marketing and all this stuff. So it would be heavy on a partnership.
Yeah,
like,
straight up.
I know.
Yeah, and another thing, like what you just said, social media. Social media has really watered down like the music industry.
It has.
Like tremendously. You feel me? Like you can damn near make whatever you want, put some bread behind it, and boom. It's not about like the talent or
the quality.
So as far as with us, like where we're at, focusing on like the fan base we have is very important. And like for myself, I felt that sometimes because I'm like, man, I gotta drop this, I gotta plan this stuff out, and there's people like, where the music? And I'm like, bro, I gotta. It's like, nah, we still your fans too, bro. So that's big.
Yes, man. I honestly, I had a whole EP planned out, and I have a whole board right here of stuff that I was like, yeah, and by January I'm gonna have the release, and this month I was like, hold on, like I'm done for a second. I just released a single. Like the holidays are like right around the corner.
Right.
Like I just need to relax, you know. But like I said, a lot of it is because what I see on social media, what I see other people doing, what I see local artists doing. I mean, it's a lot of it is subconscious pressure that I put myself under for no reason. So yeah, and that affects your health too. I know. I mean, we're nearing our 30s.
Man, and feeling it, I'm like, damn.
I feel it everywhere. My knees, my back, my head, my heart. It's everything.
Like everywhere, for real. Yeah.
It's crazy, but I'm proud of you, and I love what you're doing with your brand, and I can't wait to see it grow further, and I hope that I get to be a part of it, even in other ways, like not just, performing at a TripNFriends. Like it could be anything. Like you're trying to host a big event and you need people to help you set it up, or you're trying to do whatever.
Y'all hearing that she say this right now. I'm gonna hold her to that.
Listen,
when Trippin' Kids pop back around,
I'm
Don't need that
serious.
appearance. For
I'm
real,
serious.
for real. Okay,
Like,
say
I feel
that.
like you considered me to perform for your show. Like, you barely know me. I know you met me at we were touring together.
Yeah.
Briefly, and just from that, we networked and we bonded. So I was like, yeah, I can definitely see myself helping this guy out with his brand. Obviously, you're here today supporting my stuff.
Yeah,
So,
likewise. I was about to say likewise.
so I'm just grateful and I want to pay it forward. So
Thank you.
so don't forget about me.
Don't forget about me.
So we're gonna pull away from music for just a second.
Cool.
You said you have a daughter.
Yes.
So I don't have kids, and I'm curious. Tell me about fatherhood. How has it transformed you, and what does it mean for you?
Man, wow, that was an amazing question. Yeah, I like how you flipped on that one. Run the last two parts back. How did it do what?
How did it transform you? And what does fatherhood mean to you?
There we go. All right, so for starters, oh man, I wasn't nowhere near as gentle as I am in life with people or women. You feel me?
Wow.
So having her has been like, oh my God, it's been a life changer, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, she got
What do you
me.
mean?
I mean, hey, I'm just wrapped around her little fingers, man. I can't help it.
That's how it is with girls.
It is. But definitely on the general side, like as far as like how I talk to people, like all across the board, whether male or female, just communication is big to me. And like what I noticed, like in my household, shout out to my mom. She hella dope. She raised me and my brother single-handedly, did her motherfucking thing. But like there'd be some times where like if she was tense, we would feel that energy. So like with my daughter in my household, I've like raised her to vocalize everything. You know what I'm
really
saying?
good.
Like everything. Don't hide nothing. Like she'll tell me some stuff like, Daddy, you made me feel this way. I'm like, okay, let me fix that. You feel me?
Wow.
So
I love that.
Thank you. So like we don't hold back on nothing. And like she can pick up my energy. I promise you, Daddy, I can tell your body don't seem right or
What?
your face don't. I promise you.
How old is she?
She's 8.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like,
we
it's
love
to
a
the
self-aware queen.
Yes, and I want her to be like that because sometimes people are around people that's negative and don't realize it. But if you can pinpoint that, then you kind of know like, all right, I'm gonna back up. So with her, when I talk to her, if I say something that's like, I would say rude. If I say, or in a rude tone, she'll call me out like, okay, Dad, well, you didn't have to say it like that. I'm like, you right. You 100% right. I did not have to say it like that. So like when I talk to my mom or like my friends and stuff, a lot of times I'm just kind of like in go mode and I'm very straightforward, which equals asshole.
Yeah. I've been like that before
like,
too.
Let's get it done, but you know
and
what I'm
it's
saying?
not on purpose either.
It's not
it
on
just
purpose.
happens. Yeah.
But that part alone, where I'm just like, let me take the time to actually reevaluate what I'm saying and say it a different way. Like, and that shit takes time. Like, you really have to like reprocess everything you was about to say. Okay, let me say it like this, and boom, and that's the transformation. And as far as like being a single dad, oh man, this is, man, it's fun as hell. Like I love it. I love every step of it. From I've been there since day one. Cut the whole cord and everything. Like
I
the
love that
umbilical
for
cord,
you.
all that. So it's, man, that's all I can say and smile.
No, I love that. What
For
the
real.
fuck? This first of all. We love hearing a man being so self-aware. Look, I feel like I didn't have that luxury as a kid with my parents. Like my parents were great, but I feel like anytime I'm a very vocal person. So like if something rubs me the wrong way, if you do something I don't like, you're gonna hear it. Like there's never a time where, and it doesn't matter who it is. It could be coworker, boss, my friends, my girl, my mom, like people that I'm collaborating with, like
Right,
like you will
absolutely.
hear it. So, but in my household, that wasn't really like, if I would do it, I'm Puerto Rican, so like you speak back to your Puerto Rican parents, they're probably gonna hit you, like smack you,
Yeah.
or be like, why you being disrespectful?
Right. Hit you with that. Don't talk back.
Like,
I don't understand.
I be like, damn, bro, like, and like you're little, so you're like, you mean well, because you're just trying to like, why are you talking to me like that? Like I didn't do nothing.
Right.
And a lot of it, it's like what you said, like my parents would be on the go and they would be doing shit, and then like that's just how it comes out. And it's not that they're mad or nothing, but I would be the kind of kid, just like you're saying about your daughter, that I would be like, I don't really like how you said that.
Right.
Like, but they would take that as like, why are you being disrespectful? so it's beautiful that you're like, and like, what's it called? Validating your daughter's feelings from what it sounds like, and you're creating that safe space. Because I'm gonna tell you this: when she starts dating, that's gonna translate into how what she's gonna tolerate and not tolerate. Yes. Like, I don't think people realize how much your relationship with your parents will affect how you navigate relationships as an adult. So I love that you're creating that like safe space, and that you're kind of like creating good habits between you and her, so that when she has a partner, when she's an adult, or even as a teenager, when she has.
No, I'm just playing.
She gonna watch this years down the line. She gonna be like, "Damn, Dad, what the fuck?"
Hey.
I think if I had a kid, I would say that what you just said.
You know,
because the thought of dating, I think about it too. I'm like, damn, I know my mom was probably going crazy when I was dating as a teenager. But
in my dating phase, I was with the same woman from 15 to like 21, and like that was my first girlfriend, first everything. My mom was no girlfriends at all, and I'm like, till when? No. So my freshman year, I was like, fuck it, I'm just go out and take a leap forward. And yeah, she was on my ass for sure. But when I think of it, like just dating and all that, it's like, man, I want her to be so away from that. Like, I want her to enjoy it if that comes about. But like, man, like there's no social media. We don't be on social media. We play video games.
Well, okay, she's 8.
But
so
you would be surprised. There's 2-3-year-olds that know how to work TikTok, Snap, all that shit. Like,
that's scary.
Well, if you step into, you know what I'm saying, that realm, you gonna see like, oh, hold the fuck up.
I think I'm for sure gonna remove iPad time or whatever exists, whatever technology by the time I have a fucking child exists, because technology's advancing so fast. Like, but I don't want my kids to be no iPad kids, for sure. You heard that terminology, iPad kids.
That's.
I just feel like my childhood was so good. I played outside. I played sports. Like, I see a lot of kids around here playing with each other, and I love seeing that. It's so refreshing, because the last neighborhood I lived in, like I didn't see that, and I know there were kids. Yeah. So, but as far as social media, I don't know, man. I just feel like once they're teenagers, were you a sneaky teenager?
Because I had to be.
See, why did you have to be a sneaky?
Because I was 3.5 GPA student. I was a National Honor Society. Ooh. I was captain of the drum line. I was JRTC.
We're gonna come back to that in a second. Keep going.
Commander. I even played football and tennis my senior year. But the point is, I did all these things, and I still could not have the conversation with my mom about having a girlfriend. So at that point, when you're your teenage strict household. Yeah, like a strict motherfucking household. Yeah. So when and it's ego as a kid, you feel me? Like, I didn't know no better, but in the time, I'm like, man, I'm doing my shit. Like, there's kids out here who
doing worse.
Man.
I told my mom that to this day. I'm like, I could have been a bad kid.
Like,
but she would be like, no, you're not staying the night at whoever's house, whoever friends, or like, you gotta come back by 10. Bro, by 10, the movie's starting at the movie theater.
Come on, you feel me? My mom would make my brother go on dates with me. I never really got to enjoy.
What?
Yes, that's why I snuck out.
Fuck no.
We would go to the movies.
No disrespect to your mom.
We go to the movies, and me and my girl up here, and my brother down here, and he mad because he gotta be here too. He didn't want to come, you know what I'm saying? Mama like, you gotta go. Tell me if they doing something. He like, what? So, yeah, I was kind of like, forced, there wasn't no trust, there wasn't no thought process. Even when I tried to talk about having sex at that time, because I had sex when I was 15, you feel me? And I tried to talk about it, very young. I tried to talk about it, and I kind of just got shunned about it, and I understand my mom didn't want to have the conversation. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
I'm having the conversation. Like, my kid opens up. Okay, come on.
Immediately.
Sit down. Let's talk about it.
Let's holler at your boy,
Yeah.
But she kind of pushed it away, and from there I'm like, oh shit, I'm on my own. So thank God I didn't have my first child, my only child, until I was 20, and that was planned. I made the rightful decision.
I'm proud of you.
Mindful decision. I'm talking about no glove. We doing this. You feel me? But so I was. But that type of trust. If mom I know was right, wrong, talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely was sneaking. for sure.
I don't really think I was, but I definitely was like, you know, trying to get social media behind her back and little innocent things. Like I never did anything, you know, crazy like that behind her back. But I don't know. I love my mama too much, and I would have hated to like come to her and be like, oh, actually, I did like, oh no.
I had came to my mom and I mean I still deserved it. You know what I'm saying? I was 18 at the point, but I tried to like tell her everything as if it was recent. You feel me?
Okay.
So like I didn't smoke till I was probably like 19.
Okay.
You know, fuck them Reds. If you smoke cigarettes, stop it. But when we what was I about to say? Oh, I had told her when I was 18. I'm like, hey mama, you know, I'm thinking about having sex, thinking about smoking weed, but I'm already
like you're already doing
my shit. Man, she must have what and teed off on me, then went through my Facebook messages and found that I was like, I should have said nothing at all. You feel me? But it was ugly.
Damn, that's crazy. I did smoke weed in high school, and I don't think I told my mom until I was like an adult, already in the military. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, in high school, she's like, yeah. I'm like, what you gonna do now? I'm in my like early 20s, a full-time job, like career, like get over it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't bold. My little brother, he was bold. Yeah, he was stealing from my mom's. He was, bro was caked. But me, I was too scared.
Yeah, I was too scared too. And it's like you said, that the lack of communication and that lack of that open line didn't exist.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, but I'm glad that you're doing that for your daughter.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You sound like you're a dope dad.
Thank you.
Be my
Thank
dad. I would have loved to have parents doing that. No, I love my parents though, but
right. Oh man.
Shit. Okay, so
you funny as fuck, man.
Thank you. I like to think I'm funny sometimes. So, I can't even talk. I'm still thinking about what I said. So, what have been some through your self-discovery and your journey with your artistry, your brand, fatherhood? What have been some key strengths and weaknesses that you've, you know, experienced throughout that have been pivotal for you?
Yeah. Short temper. You know, that shit ain't cool. And carrying a chip on my shoulder. Like at one point in time, that was my strong suit. Like, oh, nigga, you gonna do that with me? Boy, okay. And I'm about to gas your ass up. Damn. And I just use that fire to kind of, I mean, I needed that to get me here. It broke the shell of like being shy and waiting my turn. It's like, no, fuck all y'all. I'm about to get my shit right now because y'all didn't got me there.
Yeah.
But then after I got there, controlling it was the problem. So then it was like, damn, it played a lot into my pride and my ego. Like carrying that chip on my shoulder, like I almost lived for that when that's not a fun way to live. You know what I'm saying? You look at everybody like, destroy that nigga and I out rap him or he ain't nothing, or you know, you just kind of get that and that shit ain't cool.
Yeah.
I felt like I was kind of like riding that wave, and I had people around me at the time that was like endorsing that of me, you know what I'm saying? So when I started like cutting motherfuckers off and like really got to myself, I know it's like, man, that shit ain't cool. I'd rather just be a cool ass nigga and stay out the way. So that was that part. And then like as far as with the temper, man, I growing up, it was just again aggressive. You know, my dad, he was really calm. He was a Libra, so he was very.
I love
balanced.
Me some Libras.
Man, he was very balanced, and he was just a cool ass nigga. You feel me? But he wasn't around like I needed him to be. So a lot of times, you know, we just kind of dealt with like a lot of aggressive shit, and I just kind of grew into that. So like, for instance, if somebody got you fucked up, how do you approach them?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, now I just let him be. And I probably cut him off.
So, like, before, you know, you got me fucked up.
I'm
you
gonna go off.
Feel it. You gonna know that you got me fucked up. Like,
I might get my lick back, too.
Man, talk about it. You feel me? Like, man, I done had some crazy-ass shit happen to where, thank God, you know, the person wasn't there, or man, because I was just seeing red. You feel me? So
No, my early 20s, yeah, I got my leg back on a lot of things.
Man.
That now I would just cut you off.
Yeah.
You do me dirty, you do me wrong.
Peace out.
I might communicate it if you don't see eye to eye with me, or you're not hearing me, or you think you didn't do nothing, or you invalidated me. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
I don't need you in my life.
That part, you know, or like if you're at least willing to like, you want to take accountability. I'm like, okay, well then let's talk about it. But if you kind of like how you said, just disregarding it, then I'm. It's easy for me to like chalk it up. But before, my temper wasn't there. It was like, man, what, man. Bro, did you just say what? You know, my voice.
I can't see that.
It's like then my voice gets louder and louder, and it's like, you know. And I showed you I was a little bit bigger, so you know, I'm like,
you look like a linebacker. I didn't even. No, not even a linebacker, bro. Like you was pushing O-line. Like, did you play football?
I did.
What position you play?
Defensive end. I was on D-line.
Okay.
But yeah, so I
played football too.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
A year ago.
Oh, a year ago.
Yeah. Like before I moved here. What? I was tight end.
And you was killing that shit.
No.
Supposed to say yeah.
Nah, I was garbage. I would not lie on camera. No, I'm not doing that because the girls watch my stuff. It was a whole women's team. We had full pads and everything. Sorry I interrupted you.
No, you good.
But yeah, I was ass. First of all, Puerto Rico, we don't have football like that. So I never watched football in America, but I wasn't banned. That's why I said the drumline thing.
Oh, yeah,
I wasn't banned, so I went to every football game in high school, but I never paid attention to the game. I'm just playing my instrument and go home, you know?
Yep,
so I just was bored and just joined the team and got in.
Wow.
And I was a tight end.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. I was defensive end, so I definitely would have been cracking your head on that side. But I would just, man.
Do you feel like your daughter, sorry, to really back to what we were talking about, do you feel like you said your daughter made you more gentle? Do you feel like that played a big role in your temper situation and how you handle things?
Yeah.
I feel like, that makes sense.
Because you have to practice it. There'll be times where like I'll get mad and I'll hit something or fuck.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you know, Daddy, what's wrong? Or I'm just like, damn. So I have to think about that shit. Like, it's, you know,
you gotta change it. You gotta change it. Yeah.
Because I know she's like either watching me or in the next room, or she's just waiting to hear some shit like that. So, and not waiting for it, but like when she hears, she's alert to it. You feel me? So, I've really taken the time to like be thoughtful about that type of shit. And going through counseling as well. I've been through counseling. I still go to counseling. Like I actually was in counseling last Monday.
Wow.
You know?
I'm proud of you. I feel like that's a big deal. I feel like that takes a lot it took me years for me to finally go to therapy.
Yeah.
I feel like it only works when you're actually willing to like unlearn and relearn. If not, if you're just going to go, it's ineffective.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to a doctor and be like, yeah, your knee's bad, and then not doing anything about it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too. Yeah, man, you killing your shit. The stuff you tell me off camera, man, you a dope motherfucker too. So yeah, gotta give you your roses.
Not him hyping me up. You know, you're making me blush. Shit. So I have an off-topic question. Let me see the time. Okay, we good. We got a few minutes. Bro, I wish I got to talk to you more often, like outside of music settings, because I feel like that only opens conversation about music stuff. Yeah. And it's like sometimes like that's not all I want to talk about with people. Like there's more to me than music, you know. And I'm sure obviously there's more to you than music.
Absolutely.
And so I just love getting to know people past the businessy side, past the networking. So man, my line is always open, man. You're more than welcome. We're gonna have to link up some more times because this has been a good conversation. Yeah, for sure. So I have a random trivia question about rap. Okay. So, and I've been doing this with my other videos. They haven't aired yet, but you'll see them. All right, gotcha. So usually like when I bring somebody in, whatever their niche is or whatever they're focused on, then I try to ask them a trivia question about it. Okay, is it niche or niche? I don't fucking know. Like first of all, English is not my first language. I keep saying this as an excuse. So like you're gonna hear my accent. I don't know, niche. How do you say? Niche sounds. I say I try to avoid it because I don't know what to say. But do you know what it means?
Yeah, I know
Okay,
exactly.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know what
I'm
it
sure
means.
whoever's
Yeah.
watching this is gonna know what I mean.
Okay, let's get it.
So who is the first non-American artist to win a Grammy in the rap category?
What? Who's the first non-American rapper?
Yes.
What? It wasn't that damn. What?
I didn't know this either. I had to look up.
Woo. Can you give me around a year?
He's been popping for a while.
For a while. Damn.
Like right before, I don't feel like I'm gonna give it away.
Nah,
I
you're
can.
not. Okay.
Like early 2010s
Is it not
to now.
Okay. Non-American.
Non-American.
Is it? No. Drake? No.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say it.
If I had sound effects,
Wow.
You're the first person that got it right.
Duh. That's the part
Yeah,
that I'm like.
I forget he's Canadian too until I hear him talk in a regular voice, and I'm like, ew, he's definitely
Ew.
like you not because he's Canadian, but you like the accent doesn't match his like what he looks like and how he sounds in his music. So
that is crazy. I didn't even think about that myself.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
Okay, I'm 1 for 1. You got another one, or was that the one?
No, that was the only one.
Oh, I'm 100% on the test.
100%. You're the first one, because the other ones, my other guests have struggled a little bit.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Call that.
You made that one. All right, so my last question.
All right.
How have you learned to honor yourself, and what does that look like?
Man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Honoring myself. I feel like honoring yourself plays a part in like your spirituality, your diet, your mental. So like as far as honoring myself, like I'm big on like meditation. I meditate every single morning. So I get up at like 6:30 o'clock and I shower and I meditate in the shower. I just turn off all the lights and I sit down. And I do this every morning.
Damn, I love that. I need to do that.
I'm big on praying before cracking open my phone. So like, you can get on social media and see some shit that'll rock your world. Like social media, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Imagine like a time where people didn't have it. Like you could just
we lived in a time where
that's
that
what
wasn't
I'm
a
saying.
thing.
No, so like you wasn't in other people's business. You didn't know what was going. Like this whole thing with Jamie Foxx, for instance, like.
Yeah.
Like really, we made a whole thing out of that, and he was probably resting and. You know what I'm saying? Doing his
probably logging in on social media like, why are y'all
but like the world is making that shit a problem. They really having this stress. I don't want him to. It's like he haven't even died yet, and y'all
stressing.
For real. Imagine that. Yeah. So, for me, I pray every morning before I get on social media, just because I want God to have my attention and my energy first before I give that to some BS on social media. Mm-hmm. That shit is, God, I hate social media. But that's big for me. The diet, exercise, like whether if it's 2 times a day or 5 or 2 times a week or 4 times a week, doing something, being mindful of taking care of your body. That's a big thing that I feel like people don't think about, So like as far as honoring myself, I feel like I'm in my prime. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go into my 30s, the best looking, the best thinking I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
And just like being aware of like everything that's around me. You feel me? Yeah, I know how to perceive and do things on social media to where it may look like I'm not mindful or, aware of the shit. But I know how to sell shit too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm a brand, you feel me? But yeah, honoring myself is like key. Like I gotta honor myself before I honor my child. I gotta honor myself before I honor my mom. If you don't, of course, you're not gonna be in that place.
You can't honor them properly.
Right. And I was there. Oh, everything for my daughter. I'm talking about busting my ass.
But you're not taking care of yourself.
Man, wake up and I'm lost 70 pounds. Like, what? You feel me?
Crazy.
Off of just stressing that I didn't even have to do. So, yeah, that's big for me. Meditation and praying, solidifying that relationship with God. A lot of people, I feel like they play in this area of spiritual and religious. They're both the same thing in my opinion. But people are like, oh, I'm more spiritual than religious. That's cool, but religious is discipline. All religions is discipline. You feel me? Now, manipulation do play into that.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's unfortunate that people have to, experience in their lives.
But have been vulnerable to it, yeah.
Right. But like being an adult, being 28, being mindful of what I'm reading and, like I go to Bible study twice a week with my grandmother. So just going through this and like learning life and seeing how I want to be and how I'm living and giving myself grace, but taking accountability first. All that plays a part into like me honoring myself. So I just feel like, people could do it differently, but those three things for sure, spiritual, mental, and your health, you got to get it down.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad that you've reached that level of just how you handle your own life and how you honor yourself. I feel like it took me until I was like 25 to do the same thing.
Same here.
To prioritize my health. I mean, now I definitely, my health is like the biggest thing.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if that means I got to reel it back on me, on the things that I love. Mm-hmm. If they're stressing me out, burning me out, I'm going to, reel myself back in. The spiritual side, same thing. I don't meditate often, but I have my other like spiritual practices or just making time for self-care. I feel like it's already spiritual in itself.
Yep, it is. So, it is.
But I absolutely love that. Trip G is a real special human being. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I didn't even know all these things about him before he even came on this podcast show. And it fit perfectly because my show is about, transcending from your current, whatever version of yourself you're at into a better version.
In the trance. Or was it out of the trance?
Yeah.
That's hard as
yeah,
fuck.
So
that's clever.
That's the brand and that's the message. And I think it's because
that's hard.
I'm always willing to learn. So when I talk to people and they teach me something new, I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Like my girl teaching me something new almost every single time that we talk. To me, that's special because I'm like, well, I didn't think of it like that, or I didn't view it like that. So now I've transcended wherever I was into this version now that thinks this way and believes in this or sees it like this. Thanks to somebody's story, thanks to somebody's message. So like that's what I want to do with my podcast. Whether it's my stories or bringing somebody in and having them talk and share their stories, there's always something good that they say that somebody that I'm grabbing. Some of the things you said, I'm like, okay, when I'm a parent, I'm gonna listen to my child and like, and it's crazy, but it's like little conversations like that do it for people. So, thank you for coming to my show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it so much.
Would you for real? No, I'm thankful for you. This isn't gonna be the last time you're gonna see us on camera, and we're probably gonna be on camera some other day.
Yes, but very soon.
Would you like to plug yourself in and your socials?
Yes, absolutely. You can follow me everywhere at Trip G Official. That's everywhere. You can follow my music or find my music on all streaming platforms at Trip G. And be sure to follow TripNFriends. That is the brand that I'm growing, and much success to that. So thank you.
Yes. I'm going to put all the social media usernames on the description of the video and basically on all descriptions wherever this is posted. So you'll be able to find that. And if you have like a link tree link, send it to me so I could just put it on there and then they can just click it. But once again, thank you so much for coming. He's a great, great artist, great human being. He's doing a lot of good things for his community. So be on the lookout for Trip G and be on the lookout for more episodes. Thank you. Bye.
Peace out.
Go like this.
Play too much. Go like this.